So we are back onto the forward controls. This is the existing plate. It's got the pivot for the back brake and the mounts for the foot peg, and these two are for the master cylinder. And these are the original mounts that would have bolted it to the bike light, but there's fucking nothing like it around here. But I've measured up on the other side, the existing one that I've done, and there's the centre of the foot peg, and it's pretty much in line with this tube. So maybe back a little bit. Yeah, maybe back a little bit. So what I've done is I've taken the points I know I need. So this pivot point and these two, and then I'm trying to pick up on these three with that. So I've roughed it out with CAD, with a cardboard aided design. So that's going to sit something like that is the plan. I'm going to take these bolts out and get these old sensors more accurate, and double check these, and then we're going to transfer that onto this piece of aluminium. Yeah, something like that. We'll draw around it, cut it out, sorry, put it on there and draw around it, pick up the sensor of the holes, and then get it over to the milling machine, I guess, for drilling out. There's no real technical, like the other side had the gear change, had 3 captive bolts that needed to be bob on, really. There's nothing like that on this, apart from this recess for the nut that holds the pivot on so it don't clout the frame. I'm hoping it fits in this pocket. We might still need to recess that, which is a milling machine job. Apart from that, we can pretty much do it on the pillar drill, you know. There you go, that's the plan. So we're going to make a new one of these, like we did on the other side. It's going to be something like that shape, a bit more of a doggy bone going on, with the existing 3, and then a new 1. You can't see that 1, 2, 3 for these 3 there. And that should hold it more than fucking steady. I did think about dropping it back here, but I could probably get it. I've probably got enough material to have a bit hanging out the arse, you know. If that sits like that, then we could come back and get this one, which is that one. Sorry, I'm not showing you very well. Could drop back and get this one there, from there to there. But it's fucking hell, you don't need it, I don't think. And it's not going to make this look pretty. You know, that's going to be powder coated black, or painted, sorry. Painted the rest of the colour of the rest of it, so that fugly casting should blend in. Ain't it? I could probably trim some of this shit off, to be fair. Could probably clean it up a little bit when we strip it down for him, so it looks a bit nicer. Off we go then. We'll get it roughed out. Still, I'll keep it square, so it's easier to hold on to, like. Get the old drilled. Go from there. So we're over at the old pillar drill. We've got the Nuremberg ring marked out. What I'm going to do is the 3 mounting holes. They're 3/8. The bolts are 3/8 U, N, and C. So I'm going to drill those out with a generous clearance. If the stop wasn't set. I got the stop set for when I was mounting the speedo on my trike. Got him brake through. I didn't do a doors and brake on through to the other side. Anyway, I'm going to pilot these out with this 5mm carbide or whatever it is. Posh fucking drill bit. And then give them a generous clearance, like I said. So, I think if we go 10, or even 10.5, we'll go 10 and see what it's like, and see how they fit. And if we need to tweak, we'll tweak at this stage, and from there we can do the rest of it for the other 3 holes that will be the master cylinder foot peg and the pivot. Oh, there's a little pin as well on the rear brake pivot that acts as an adjustable stop, so 4 holes. But I'll get these drilled out and I'm going to try it on then, can't we? Right. Up against the stop, bumping the swarf off. Happy days. Little bit of lube. Up against the stop. Nice one. Bit of lube. I'm going to have to countersink these because they're going to interfere, and not in a fucking good way. So we'll need to plan that out as well. Let's go and try it on and see how it sits. Yeah, we're good. Got they both go in nice, and we're just catching fouling this a bit, so I can't tighten it down properly because that'll distort it. But I think we'll go 10.5, and then we're good to go. What I need to do is try on the master cylinder and look at the pivot now to see which ones of these need to be mounted flush, and we'll have to look at getting some countersunk 3/8 countersunk screws, Allen socket, to mount that properly. Right, so they all need, they definitely do. The master cylinder actually goes over there, so it catches those two. That one not so much, you know, that's out of the way, but I think if we give it a generous chamfer and then eagerly await the bolts that I'm about to order to double check, it'll only need a tweak. Countersink tool. Yeah, fucking love that. Great effect. There you are. Go from there. So that's those roughly countersunked. Sunk, is that a word? Sank, countersank? Anyway, now we've got the last 4 to do, so I'll pilot these out, and aside from the little lock pin one that's going to stay this side, 5mm I'm doing it. I think it's actually 4.5mm, 3/16. A little bit of wiggle room on there. Aside from that, then there goes like the 3 fucking bears. We've got a little one, a medium one, and a big one. So we'll work our way through those 3 drill bits. Get the hole sized out, and then we need to look at that not grabbing. We need to look at countersinking this one I'm doing now, the big one, the brake one, or giving it a relief, which is going to be a milling machine operation. So we'll get on and do that. Right, we've done the pilot out to 5mm. Now, the next one up is the top screw on the master cylinder, this one, and that also needs countersinking to take the fitting that it comes with. So we'll swap out to the size for that. We have got the bolt for that, so we can try the countersunk. It's purely aesthetic, I think. I don't think it fouls anything, but that's that one on the new plate. So. That one. I think at the same time we'll do Daddy Bear. just so it's easier to get the half-inch drill bit through it. Not that it's a major problem, like, but no deal breaker. It's aluminium. A wise man once told me you won't high-speed steel with aluminium, and these are high-speed steel cobalt alloy. So, cobalt coated, I don't fucking know. So we're well in there, like. Next one up, mummy bear. So we've done baby bear. On to mummy bear. Just this one. Regular. That's this one. Regular bolt hole. Nothing chamfered or fancy there. Away she blows. Come on. Like so. Get rid of this swarf. And finally, teddy bear, half-inch. There's a storm blowing outside. I don't know if you can hear me. Fucking roof's rattling. It's not quite in the middle. Or low enough, so drop the table down one. Make sure that passes through there. Yep. Daddy bear. No problemo. Right, what I'll do next is put my countersink tool back in and touch off on all of the holes to clean them up. Go in there, very good. Just tucking these drill bits in. My hands are fucking freezing. I take my breath, don't know how well the camera will pick it up, but we're still gripped by cold. Fucking hell, I'm desperate for a solution. It's not fun in here in the winter. I don't think we'll get that tiny little one with this. Look at that, wicked. So, just touch off on all of these. Now this last little one, baby bear, needs a good fucking countersink. Purely for cosmetic reasons. Touch on. There we go. So, aside from this big one, Daddy Bear now needs this fucking flat machine in it. I don't even think I've got a cutter that big, but we'll have a look. See what we can do. So, righto, we've got it mounted on a couple of parallels. This is Daddy Bear. We do need to machine that out. The problem I've got, not problem, but I've not got an end mill, a flat end mill that big, basically. What I'm going to do, I've put a bit of dowel in, a bit of Roddy-Muck in the hole. Look, and we can, Queen Mary's coming in, and we can use that to line up on that hole. Yeah, so we eyeball it as we wind up, and we get it as good as we can, which is somewhere around there, I think. There we go. We can even feel that in the hole. It's not rubbing. That's all good. So we know now we're in line. So we can lock the beds off, swap this out to my biggest end mill, and do a pocket 4mm deep. And then we're going to switch out again to a boring bar, and we'll do it out to, I think it's, how big it is, it's over an inch. It is over an inch, fucking Jesus. It is 27.2, whatever that is in fucking old money. It's, yeah, there you fucking go. So we'll get on. So we switched out. I'm going to move you up a little bit as this is going to come up. So mind out, it's going to get a bit shaky. Up a click. There we go. Just square you up on the job. Happy days. So we'll wind up until we're touching off. Come on, girl. As fast as I turn this handle, it's never started up on me. I think there's something wrong with the timing. Come on. Right. Here we go. So we'll touch on. Not critical at all, this little pocket, so we don't need to even use cigarette paper. There we go. Touch on. Call that 0 and we're on 4 mil. So we're going to go 2, 4. Happy days. Now what we need to do is enlarge that out to 27 point whatever it is, 28 mil we'll call it. So we'll switch out a tool in again for the boring bar. I'm going to take that tool out and use a carbide inserted one, which I've mislaid. There we go. Use this little stubby. That'll work really well on this. So I'll get it switched out and we'll get that out to the right diameter. So as if by magic, we've got the boring head set up. I'm going to put some marker pen on the inside of this hole there and then lift the knee up and we can turn this in. We've got an indication now. We'll see if a scratch mark. So windy, windy, windy. Oh, that's getting tight. There we go. Put the hat up a bit more and we could just rotate it and edge it in until we're about there. So we're just now making contact. Just catching. So we can widen this round. I'm going to go. Let's back off. Ooh, it's tight. Round to 50, which is 1 mil, I believe. So we're going to take 2 mil off the hole. We'll do a cut, clean it up, and just engage the correct gear. So as soon as we touch off, we'll 0 our dial on a knee, and we know we're going to. Come on. There we go. 0. So we know we're going 4 mil deep. Two turns. 1. 2. There you go. There's no doubt in that 0 there, is there? So we can get a measurement on that now and see where we're at, and we are at very roughly 19.2 we're actually at, according to the verniers. So 3/4, we're out to 3/4 and we want to be just past an inch, so I'll take a few cuts and work my way across. I'll probably do a little fast forward montage for you for that. So let's adjust the light, which is, there you go, that's better, and off we go. That's that machine, that popped it out, look. Rather nicely. What I'm going to do now is rough it out on the bandsaw, ready to get the final shape. forward control side plate, Minecraft edition, if you get what I mean. So we've waiting for that to stop. So we've just fucking done that, roughed it out with the sander now. Let's have a look. She's 70, 80 degrees centigrade, which is fuck knows in fact 160 odd, 170 degrees in the fucking bananas. So we're just gonna let it cool down a little bit. Fucking 80 degrees. Burning me hand through the fucking glove. Warmest thing in here today though, to be fair like. But we'll swap over for a brand new fucking Sandarina Rooney pad. Bastard. And get that finished, get the smoothing out done and so on and so forth. So here we are, some time later. We've been on the old little fucking bandsaw, not bandsaw, dickhead. Belt sander. Been on the old belt sander, it's still fucking red hot. But we need to get in these corners. And the only thing that's going to do it is a good old fashioned fucking hand file. So we're going to draw file this. Yeah. Mostly. We'll probably rip it across a little bit like this until we get it about there, and then we'll be doing this action, draw filing. Sorry, not showing you very well. Which is side to side, and it helps keep it flat and it gives it a better finish. We will be going over to the polisher and the gritless 120 grit, I think, to get it finally how we need it. But I'm going to give it a bit of love with the file. In the corners where I can't get in with the sander, make it smooth, and then over to the polisher. Okay, so if this will focus, you can see the implements used. You know, this big old bastard, and it is a bastard cut file. Just roughed it across, and then used this single cut. It's actually a lathe file, but it works lovely on the aluminium, and a little rat tail. A little round file in the corners just to blend those in. We've done that on the couple of pieces. There's this part of it and there's another part that's in the vise that I just could not get in with machinery, so we've gone old school. And now we're over to the polisher. We're going to use a 120 grit greaseless mop, so it's a sanding mop really, and just give it a damn good fucking clean. So, we're at the fucking table. There you go. So we've replaced the old plate. We've made a new one with the mounting brackets, holes, sorry. I'm not bothering with cutouts and shit, because I've not on the other side, and it wants to be nice and strong, don't it? So, I've not got the countersunk bolts, the hardware to bolt it up proper, but it's going to sit kind of like that. Yeah. I need to check that it doesn't come through too much in it, that. I might need to make some spacers or something, you know. But I'm going to fit it up the best I can without the countersunk bolts. I'll order them, and when they come in I can address that situation, can't I? So my guess is that it's going to bolt up. Well, fucking, it's a lively. But it looks like we've got a live one. It's going to bolt up like that with a pivot already on it. The others I can get to. So, we'll see. So, the plot thickens. Right, we're a little bit further down the line. We found that, not unsurprisingly, I needed a bit of clearance for the pivot, for the bolt that goes through the pivot for the back brake, so I've had to make a spacer. I've made and welded a spacer on this casting. It's not, I don't think it is cast drop forwards, don't fucking know how to make them. But there's a nice little 5mm spacer there. Now what I need to do is turn one up for this, and again, not unsurprisingly, the edge of this boss that I'm using for this top bolt, I've had to put whatever bolts I can find to fit in, because I don't really do UNF, UNC. This face doesn't sit on the same plane as this casting, so this was set back anyway, so I need to make a spacer for that. And also what I've done, I'll try and show you. Get this bolt out. I've thought we'll have a little bit of fucking alignment check in, and we'll have a bit of adjustment so we can pivot off this bottom bolt and we can move this plate very slightly so that everything lines up. Foot pegs line up, bolt holes line up, all of that, because I wanted to give plenty of wiggle room because it's been a bit of a cunt. There you go. So now, excuse the finger, what I'm going to do is measure that gap at 8.34, because that's a nice convenient 8.5 mil, we'll call that. I'm going to make a spacer with a 10mm hole through it, about the same size as the end of that boss, 30 mil, with a 10mm hole 8.5 mil thick on the lathe, and there she blows. So we've got a bracket made. We've only got one bolt holding it on because I lack the hardware, but I'll get some ordered in. We've made the spacers, that little round one there is welded in place. That'll just become part of the frame as it gets painted. Everything fits and everything sits, and everything's working fucking fine and dandy. So that side is now done. That is both of those. I'll try and remember to put a link. If you followed me this far, you'll know that I made this side last and fitted that up. So just leaves me to thank you for watching. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. Makes a huge difference. Give us a comment and a sub, and I'll see you on the next one. Lots of love, everyone.